I'm feeling that strong sense of deja vu again.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class, GRINDOR and Ravage. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here we have a lovely image of GRINDOR and Ravage, not pictured here. He's from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Hey, look, it's from the movie Transformers! On this side of the box, we have that same lovely image of GRINDOR. On this side, we have a close-up of GRINDOR. He is a leader class, leader class leader of top Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have GRINDOR from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And, yeah, he's basically Blackout with the minimal of differences. I mean, really, it's just Blackout. It's Blackout. But here he is in his helicopter mode. Get to the chopper! And let's get close here so we can take a look at the details. Okay, hi, how are you? Can you get out of my way, please? Can you get out of my... Thank you. So right up front here, you can see number 53. We got some dark gray here. Decepticon symbol right up front. Got a little stripe of red. You got some yellow here for the outer edge there of those windows. And you have number 53 right here. You get a little bit of schmutz. You get some schmutz right there. You get a nice kind of copper color going on there. And GRINDOR is a Marines helicopter. And danger, keep away. Little spot of red there. And yeah. And here is the top, here is the bottom. He does have the landing gears, but they don't roll, but he can still slide, as choppers should slide. Hooray for sliding choppers. Get to the sliding chopper! And for comparison, here he is with Studio Series Blackout. And I mean, other than some, some coloration differences, some, differences in the tachographs, it's pretty much the same thing. They did remold one part on the chopper mode, and it is basically this section right here, because something totally different stores up in here. So this has a different connection point in here, whereas this one has the connection point for Scorponok. So they did remold one bit of him, at least. But as far as the helicopter mode goes, they're pretty much identical, so... there you go! Now, the only accessory here that comes with GRINDOR is little Ravage. There he is. He's a little guy. He's a young guy. So there's little Ravage. Not too bad looking. They painted his head silver, which doesn't look good since they didn't paint anything else. I mean, like his midsection here is kind of done in a gunmetal gray, so it doesn't even match. So it just looks kind of weird. Why did they just paint his head? I don't know. Right there for the eyes. You got the hip cannons going on there. I mean, some nice detail going on for a small piece, but, just kind of weird what they did with the paint applications, though. It's just got a, bright silver head. Just kind of doesn't make any sense. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, articulation-wise, the front legs are on the ball joints. You have some in and out, rotation, outward, all that good stuff. The hind legs are also on a ball joint. Can rotate. You get some in and out. All that good stuff. The tail and the guns are one piece, and they can swing around. You can do that if you want to. I don't know. You can kind of get the, maybe like the re-entry mode going or something if you kind of finagle it around. I don't know, but it's a thing that moves. If you want it to move, if you need it to move, hey, it moves. But that is pretty much it. And for a quick comparison, here it is with the Scorponok that comes with Blackout. So you can see how that works out. And here he is with the original deluxe Revenge of the Fallen Ravage. Like a little baby. He's like a little baby. Where's Papa? Aww. But of course, if you want to, you can now have him displayed. Long sound wave here. So you can have his little minion from the movie. Hey, the thing you can do if you want to do it, or if you don't want to do that, hey, we could bring in the sound wave. You can have that going. Hey, whatever you want to do, as always, it's yours. Display it however you wish. But you can store Ravage in the helicopter. You just have to kind of flatten him out here. Just bring his front legs forward, bring the hind legs back, just kind of flatten them out like that. And you just come under here. And you have this post right here that will go into his chest, basically. So you just line it up, push it in, and there you go. That's how he stores in Grindor. Hey, if you want to do it, you can do it. But there you go. And of course, the blades can spin. You can get a pretty good spin. It's not super smooth, not super free spinning, but you can get, a decent spin out of it. The back blades do spin very freely. Those things will go forever. Yay. So, hey, things you can do. So that is basically it for the helicopter mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? just nothing. That was anticlimactic anyway. So let's get down to the transformation. So first thing we'll do is we'll pop Ravage out. Come on. Move that off to the side. And we shall commence. So first thing we can do is we can just take these sections here, just shift them forward, and they will swoop into place. The blades here, you just want to split these. I always forget where they get split. They get split right there. Just split these and bring them back. These are going to get in the way constantly and be a constant annoyance, but there's nothing we can do about that. We'll just have to deal. But now that we have done that, we can commence here. So first thing we'll do is we will just untab all of this and then untab this section, bring all this down and fold this panel down. You want to come up right here and flip out the hands. All this will swing around, then these sections will swing around. That will tab in right there, and then all this will just shift forward and clip in right there at 2 points. You can rotate the arm, and there you have an arm all done. Second pass, just like the first. Get out of my way, please! Get out of my way. Bring this around. Untab. Bring all this down. Fold that down. Over here. Flip out the hands. Flip out the hand. Flip out the hand. Swing this around. Swing this around. Tabbity tab. Bring all this forward. Clippity clip. Rotate. And there you have the arms all done. We can come up here. We can split this section right down the middle and swing these sections outward like so. And we can just kind of push up on this section here, pop up his head. Ooh, it's like a magic trick. And just pop that up, bring that back, and all this will swing up and under. That will help to push his head the rest of the way up. There you go. Now he's peeking at you. Hi, how you doing? So we got that done. Get that out of the way, and now we can work on the back section here. So untab all of this. One thing I will say is this back section does tab in a lot better than it did on Blackout. You can see you don't really get any gaps there, which is nice. So it's something they did fix with this version of the mold. They did fix something else on this mold as well, but we'll talk about that later. But untab these sections, which will become his legs. Untab all of that, and we'll just flip them on his back. And we shall get the legs all transformed up. So you can flip these landing gear in. You can bring all this up, just kind of get it all loosened up. You can bring this up like so. And what you're going to do, you're going to rotate the leg at the thigh. You're going to bring the foot up, which will bring all this up. Bring this down. And take this little panel here. Just untab it, swing it in, rotate all this around, compress it back up, and there you go. Second pass, just like the first, rotate, put that in, bring the foot up, and extend that, rotate this around, collapse it up, and there we go. In case you haven't noticed, this transformation is just like Blackout. Are you shocked? I know I am. So, at this point now, we can bring the legs down, bring his crotch piece down, and then we can just bring all of this up, and this will clip in right there. So, we're getting there. So now, let's get working on the backpack here. We do need to remove this section right here. What? Parts for? Shh. It's okay. It's alright. We have to remove this. Put this off to the side. And this section will flip in. This section here will collapse up into this bit right here. I'm going to open these sections up like that, and then you just kind of want to bring all this up, and then all this will come up and over his head like so, and then we can bring all this down on this hinge. You want to make sure that these sections are sitting inside these bits here. So bring all that down, and you have the little tab that will go into his butt, and hook all that into place. Then you just bring these down, and these will just lay over like so. And then you can do what you want with his legs. You want to chicken leg him a little bit, you can totally do that. You want to have him standing straighter, you can have him standing straighter so he stands a bit taller. Totally up to you as always. It's yours. Do what you want. Do what you want. What do I care? Let me just get him situated here. And the last thing we need to do here is we need to take this fin, just bring that down. This will plug into the side of his arm. And there you go. There you have Grindor in his robot mode. And he looks just like Blackout. It's a small world. It's a small world after all. But let's get in close so we can take a look at that noggin. You got some nice silver paint there on the face, red for the eyes. As far as this chest piece goes, if you don't like this sticking out, you can just fold it down, totally up to you. It's supposed to be sticking out, you know, that's the way it is in the movie, but, you know, if you want to flip it down, you can flip it down. I believe you can actually flip this all the way up and under, because you have the room for it there. But hey, you know, it's always do what you want. And he just has some schmutz on him. He's got some schmutz up there. He's got some schmutz on his forearms. He's got some schmutz on his crotch plate. You know, he has a little bit of schmutz. A little bit of schmutz. A little bit, some tree sap. Some tree sap from the forest. I don't know. But pretty much the same detailing here that we saw with the Blackout. His big old feet. And the back. I mean, it's Blackout. It's Blackout. There you go. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. You get a little bit of wiggly waggly. You can look up a little bit, look down a little bit, and can rotate, you know, about that far before everything kind of collides and gets in the way. On the arms, you only go this far forward and this far back, outward. That's all you're getting there. You have bicep rotation. You have about 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. Now, one improvement that was made to this mold, another improvement that was made to this mold, rather, is that on Blackout had no wrist joints. His hands just kind of moved up and down, and his hands open and close. But Grindor actually has wrist rotation. His wrist turn. Look at it. Look at it, his wrists actually turn, and he also has the thumb moves, which on Blackout they did as well, but he also has joints for his fingers. I mean, the fingers are just one piece, but hey, there's a joint there. So he actually has some extra hand articulation, which is quite nice. A nice improvement, a very nice improvement indeed. Nothing at the waist, just due to the way he transforms. Legs, they can go forward. You can't really get too far forward, but you can get forward about that far, back about that far before things get in the way. Outward, you can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation, you have 2 joints here at the knee. You can use however you want. The feet, they can move up, they can move down a lot, and you have your ankle tiltage. Now, as far as Ravage goes, you can store him on Grindor's back if you want to. You have that post back there. Just plug him in, just have him just hanging on for dear life. But anything you can do if you want to do it. Or you can just have Ravage just kind of chilling with Grindor, even though they never hung out together in the movie. But hey, you can have them be buds on your shelf. Again, totally up to you what you want to do there. So there you have that, and now for comparison. The only comparison we need to do is with Mr. Blackout here, and again, other than some color differences and posable hands, I mean, they're the same figure. Now, truth be told, I don't care about Grindor. I don't care about him one bit. But what I do care about are these hands. And I'm going to see if I can. I want to see if I can do a hand transplant. I want to see if I can put these hands on Blackout, so that way I won't have to use the DNA hands. So I'm going to see if I can do a hand transplant. Maybe a head transplant too, because I actually like that silver face. I think that might look good on him. So I might do a head and hand transplant. That's my plan for Grindor. Grindor is going to be used for parts. I'm going to farm him for his precious parts so that I may improve my Blackouts. Anyway, there you go! And of course, as always, the last thing to talk about is the included base of displayage that is in the box, resides in the box, within the box. Get out of the box! And here we have the Forest Studio Series 73, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen logo, all of that good stuff. And we can take Mr. Grindor and get GRINDOR Ravage and have him there. As always, it's a nice display option if you want to take advantage of it. So there you have Grindor, and yeah, I love this mold. I think it's a great mold. I just don't care for the character. Really just don't care about Grindor. I just got this because he came with Slug, and I'm going to transplant the hands, hopefully, on Blackout. So that's really the only reason why I bought him. That and the little Ravage, too. But I do appreciate the improvements they made to the mold. The back of the helicopter does hold together a lot better than it did on Blackout. Again, the posable hands are definitely an improvement. And if you missed out on Blackout, this is another opportunity to get the mold if you want it in your collection. But regardless of how you feel about Grindor, it is still a solid, well-done figure in my opinion. So there you go! Now this guy is already starting to pop up in stores, so check your Targets, check your Walmarts. Of course, you can also get Studio Series figures from BigBadToyStore.com, as always linked in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out my Studio Series playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class Grindor and Ravage. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Hey, aren't you dead? No, that was somebody else. No, you just bear a striking resemblance. But anyway, we're planning a big ambush on Prime in this forest. You in? I don't know. That Prime seems a little unhinged lately. No, come on, what are you worried about? That Prime's gonna rip your head in half. I mean, come on. Grow a pair of ball bearings and let's go. I don't have a good feeling about this.